People get into business ventures for different reasons. Some people get into entrepreneurial ventures because they want financial freedom. Some people get into entrepreneurial ventures because they want time freedom. Some people get into entrepreneurial ventures because they just want the ability to try and control their destiny as best as possible. I've been independent in terms of work and working for myself since about 24 years old. There's been good years, there's been bad years. The thing that I tell people is if you don't love what you do, then you'll get bored with it and you'll end up hating it. I've had ventures that I've started that I ended up getting bored with, and I had to fall in love with them again. Again, I've been on, business-wise, I've been on my own since about 24. And trucking was my first ever entrepreneurial endeavor. Like, it was the first thing I ever tried on my own and to be independent at. And I loved it for a lot of years for the traveling. I loved the fact that I could drive a tractor trailer. It was a lot of adventures I had when I was on the road, but I got bored with it. And anything that I get bored with it, I'll start taking shortcuts, or I'll start not treating it the way that it needs to be treated in order for it to be completely successful. I've got friends who we started around the same time and they've now reached a millionaire status, and I'm proud of them. For me, I got bored with trucking. With contract, I've fallen in love with trucking again because, trucking is a part of what this is. Every bit of knowledge that I've accrued over the years, I'm now able to take it and share with people who are just now getting into a venture of their own, whether it be through trucks or through freight program. I've made mistakes. I hopefully can share some of the mistakes that I've made and, help people grow from the mistakes that I've made so they don't make some of the same mistakes. But that's really not what this is about. What this is about is you shouldn't have that feeling of I hate my job. It's a terrible feeling to have when you wait for the weekend. Like, I can't wait till Friday. I can't wait till Friday. Then Sunday night, when Sunday night comes around, you get that feeling of dread. And that really starts when you're in school, because when you're in school, you start to feel like I would get that feeling on Sunday night when 60 Minutes would come on, those last couple of late night programs before I had to take a shower and go to bed and get ready for school, that I had to go to school the next day. And all the things that we go through are learned in like tribal behavior, because the older I got, the more I appreciated school. And now that I'm at the age that I am now, I truly appreciate, the camaraderie of going to school and learning. But when I was young, I lived for the weekend because everybody came out to play on the weekend. And as adults, it's the same thing. Everybody comes out to play on the weekend. We all go to the club on the weekend. We all can go to dates with our, significant others on the weekend. We need to learn to do these behaviors or embrace life every day. At this point, every day is a blessing to me. Like, I love every day, whether it's Friday or Monday. I like Monday because Monday all my vendors open up and I can talk to all my vendors, because I might have ideas on Saturday and Sunday that I can't execute on Saturday and Sunday because everything is closed. I need to wait till Monday for everything to open back up. Same with the bank. I might need to go to the bank, and the bank has specific hours on the weekend and I need them to open up on Monday. So every day is critical to me. But if you live your life where, Monday to Friday are just dreaded days of the week because they're your work days of the week, then you're missing a bulk of your life. 5 days, which is a work week, is a big chunk of your life. So for those 5 days, if you dread going to work, or you dread, having to get up early to go to work, then why would you continue to do it? I know that it's because, and I'm not saying if you have, children or you mortgage or things that you're committed to. And that's another thing that we have been taught to latch on to certain things, and we do them because they were taught to us. The thing I love about the generations coming behind us is they found so many different ways to monetize different parts of their lives that they do the same adult behaviors that we do, like buy a house, have kids, those things. But they found different ways to make money so that they can enjoy Monday through Friday, and they don't have to basically cut those 5 days out of their life because they dread going to work. They love what they do for work. I love this generation. This generation is so outside of the box. The younger generation is, and I'm talking about from 18 to about 40. You know what I mean? That generation right there. Those between 35 and 40, we pretty much is set in our ways. But anything below that, they have so many ideas on how to monetize and make something into a career. And I think that's so commendable and so honorable. And I envy that. I wish more folks in my generation would learn how to monetize different things. You know, if you love doing something, if you love doing something, find somebody that will pay you to do that. Like I said, I've started 2 business ventures that have been successful. The third one is contract, and the verdict is out on that. But with trucking, it was something that I love to do. I did it on the weekend. I did it, Monday to Friday. I loved doing it. So there was never like I felt obligated. But when I started feeling obligated to do it, I started, like I said, taking shortcuts, and you're not giving it the same attention and love that you did when you first got your first truck. I've posted pictures of my trucks. I loved my trucks, and they were fun pieces of equipment at the time, but they got boring to me, and I needed to find a way to reinvigorate the love for them. And with Apex is something where people were telling me, that I could never make a freight brokerage firm happen, and I could never do it with government contracting. You'll never make natural disaster. You'll never be able to make that work. I knew I could. I knew that I could. And so the determination in me is what made me chase Apex as hard as I chased it and turn it into what it was. I didn't get bored with Apex. I wanted Apex to evolve. I want Apex to evolve. And this is part of that. Apex younger brother or sister is contract. So I wanted those to evolve into different ways. I felt like, sharing my logistics experience, sharing my government contract experience would make it so that, number one, as I told you in another video, it's no fun being a part of something if you can't look around and see people that look like you going after the same things that you're going after. Number one, for inspiration. Number two, because it motivates you to want to push harder and push for more. And you might learn an idea from someone else that another person may not have tried. It's all trying to help each other and bring each other up. When you're in that indentured feeling, where you're indentured to work for somebody, and there's nothing wrong with working for anybody if that's what you want to do. But I've always wanted to be my own boss. But there's nothing wrong I won't criticize those that's what they want to do and that's all they want to do. But pulling each other up as opposed to being in competition. When you do that indentured lifestyle, you're in competition with somebody for another job. I would think that you would want the promotion or the next job title or the next thing that is supposed to happen when you're, working at a regular job. But it makes the person that works next to you an enemy. And that's not good. I want the person that's next to me to be the person that watches my back when things get hectic. That's what you really want to have happen as you're building a business. And as I learn this business, as I venture out into trying to build on what my experiences have been in trucking and in freight brokering and contracting, I still want to be able to share the personal part of it, the personal feelings of building the business, the personal feelings of I wouldn't want to be doing anything else. I love what I do. The fact that somebody would want me to come speak to their children or speak to their high school kids and let them know what it takes to build a business is something that makes me feel good, because it took me time to build this. It took time to build all of this, and it takes dedication and dedication and focus. A lot of times people don't have or they don't want to do. We come from a generation of a microwave generation where, if you can't get it in 30 seconds or less, you turn off the microwave and I don't feel like dealing with it. We need to come out of that mentality. It takes time to build anything. It takes dedication and the ability to deal with the ups and downs of that venture to build anything. I have friends who do real estate, who are, own real estate, who are selling real estate. I love hearing their stories. We often only talk about the monetary part of it, but I like hearing the ups and downs, what mistakes happen, what things bad happen, so that you learn from it to make you a better agent, to make you a better broker. What made you better? All of the hardships that I go through as I go down as I build each venture are stories that I can tell now when other people ask me what it takes to build a venture or to go after a dream. My biggest thing for this particular video that we're talking about, number one, I want to give so much respect to those who venture out to try and become an entrepreneur, because it takes heart, it takes focus, it takes drive, it takes dedication, and I respect that. I love that so much. Anybody that's out here creating their own, I commend you for it. But don't let your life go by and for 5 days, Monday through Friday, you are hating life because you hate your job. Don't stay in something that you hate. Go after something because you love it. Do it because you love it. And that's not me telling you to stop whatever it is that you're doing right now, but don't miss out on those 5 days of your life because you hate what it is that you're doing. I can't adopt that philosophy. I can't adopt that mentality. And I know that a lot of people, look how angry people are. You know what I mean? I wake up every day and I'm like, hey, you know what I mean? I got stressed like everybody else, but I'm like, hey, and I speak to people and, how's your day going? What's going on? Let me hold the door for you. I have good feelings. And I'm not saying, working for yourself is just all positive and good feelings. I'm not saying that it's not. But when you take that anger because you're working, something that you don't want to do, and you eliminate from that part from your life, it makes it so that you can be a lot more free, a lot more free to be a happier person. And I feel like positive energy attracts positive energy. So when you release that burden of, chasing after something because you feel like you have to versus you love doing what you do, it just makes you a lot more of a happier person. So like and subscribe to the Contract Fortune YouTube channel, of course, but do your best to find something that you love to do and get someone to pay you for it. Those that are in my generation, look at your children. If you have teenage children, if you have, children that are just now reaching their 20s, look at your children. They're finding ways to monetize things that they love to do. That's so commendable. So like and subscribe and, have a great day.